Muluvanak and welcome back to Fiji Village Play. I'm your host Alipate Narawa, and with me is Tifa Vataiki, FM96 Breakfast Show host as well as sports commentator. This week on the show, we've got for you the Sevens, what they are up to in Spain as they prepare for the Valladolid Sevens this weekend, the second leg of the World Championship. We'll also talk about Super Rugby, this being Glenn Jackson's last game and also the Ndrua's last game, and also take a look at some of the things that happened over the weekend in terms of the Ndrua and the way that game was reffed in Perth. All right? But I think we should start off with that because it seems to be on everyone's mind right now.
Still fresh from last week.
It's still fresh. It's been since Saturday night. It's the only thing everyone's been talking about around the grog bowl, around the dinner table. I've even heard some of my friends said that they started their meeting on Monday in their board meeting. And the first thing that one of the managers says, hey, what do you think about that forward pass?
You know what? I just feel like we've just been snubbed so many times. And there's no other word to say, but we've been snubbed so many times. We've just gotten used to it. And that pass was so forward, I think the thing is like an airbender needs to bring it back because I think it was bending. And you know what?
So with that pass, we had the press conference with Swire Shipping Fiji Ndrua coach Glenn Jackson, and I asked him, after the game, did you and the Ndrua management, take it up with the officials, maybe even with Super Rugby themselves? And he said, no, they won't. But the referees probably be behind closed doors. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
No, that's not the procedure. We no teams complain to referees. The referees, I'm sure, put their hand up and behind closed doors around the effort. Obviously, that doesn't help anything. You know, it's a win that I think deserved in terms of how we played, how the effort we put into that game, and unfortunately, a try that shouldn't have been a try was allowed. So we've got 6 days to move on, mate, and we're into the red straight away. So I know there's enough being said that it was a forward pass, and like I said, unfortunately, in sport you can't do anything about that now.
All right, that was Glenn Jackson talking about how and a bit of the protocol that they have to follow when it comes to things like this. But as I said, it not only was in and around the grog bowl in Fiji or around the dinner table, also overseas. Let's take a look at what these pundits, rugby pundits, had to say. This is the team from Between Two Posts podcast that has commentator Sean Maloney as well as former Wallabies fly half Matthew Burke and Wallabies centre Morgan Turinui on that situation.
That saw the force win.
Yeah, there was an opportunity to go there. I thought KB could have gone earlier. This is 2 metres forward. Like 2 metres forward. I just don't understand how the assistant referee, it's instinctive, right? You call it straight away. Your call, Morgs, was that out of the back of the hands? And I'm falling over laughing. That is so far forward.
So that's what the guys said about that try. But, they also made comparisons to how us Fijians, they said that, Facebook is a sport here in Fiji that we just love to play. They even made a comment to someone who had made this particular comment, and that is none other than our first gold medal winning coach, Ben Ryan. Take a look at this.
So did that go up on Facebook, that clip? Yeah, well, as Ben Ryan always says, former Fijian Olympic winning coach with the Sevens, so he said Facebook is a national sport in Fiji and they are good at it. Yeah. And when tries like that are awarded, they are even better again.
Oh, is that right?
I've had multiple Olympic gold medalists on that front, so I can see why.
That was the Between Two Goals podcast team of Matthew Burke, Morgan Turinui and Sean Maloney. Tifa, what did you think about their comments about that pass being 2 meters forward?
Oh, you know what? I think they know a thing or two about forward passes. But you know what?
You don't have to make it that obvious.
But you know what? I think they were right. If, pundits, they see it that way, commentators, on the day they were like, oh, that was pretty tricky. Then, who am I to judge? But it's gone. We just have to get over it, I guess. But maybe it's a good present for Zach Lomax to Super Rugby, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's just like league. He's always being offside most times, from what I gathered. But anyways, take a look at the top six. Okay, so the top six teams that have qualified for the top six in the qualifiers, that's the Hurricanes, the Chiefs, the Blues, the Crusaders, the Reds. And do you think there's any surprises in this top six?
I mean, the Brumbies that you're going to see Brumbies. I think the Brumbies for me is going to be the dark horse. And I don't know, I think Stephen Larkham coming into he's coming to a groove, and I feel like the Brumbies are the one to look out for.
What do you mean coming into the groove? They lost twice to the draw this season.
I mean, that's the draw, you know, you win some, you lose some. But I feel like Stephen Larkham has got something, you know, he knows a little something about finals footy. So I'm just saying.
I've got something to say. Larkham, thank you so much for letting us win in Australia. It's been a while, but we've been waiting. Now the only thing left is to win in New Zealand against anyone other than Moana. So the games this weekend, the one that's coming up tomorrow, the Crusaders taking on the Hurricanes.
Oof. That's fourth taking on the first.
Fourth taking on the first. But here's the thing though. Will Jordan has been ruled out for the season. That calf injury has come back to bite him, and the Crusaders will be a bit underpowered, but then I think they'll just shift Shea Fihaki to fullback as he's just come back from injury as well.
I thought their current fullback is pretty on point, but you know what, to each their own, and we never know what.
Because they've got Mecca Springer, they've also got McLeod there, and with the way that Lester Fanganuku has been playing at flanker. But that guy is a menace.
I think he deserves the player of the year because that from a wing to like flanker change in Super Rugby is so unheard of.
And although he's been doing it in France, we did it first. Yes, Botia did it first. Let's just put it out there. But here's the thing though. But when it comes to the lineouts, he doesn't take part in the lineouts. All of a sudden, he's joining the back line.
I think that's the way they
because he just leaves it to like, you guys are specialized in this situation, the jumpers and whatnot. They've already got their codes. But so he makes it even crazier because there's like the lineouts stacked already. And then he goes into the back line.
So it's a disadvantage because they'll always have a 7-man lineout. And though he's going in to join when they're on an attack, it kind of makes things a little bit spicy because he's an extra runner.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's okay when you have a 7-man lineout when they're winning all their lineouts.
True.
Can't say the same about our gang, but definitely Golden Drua. Coming up after this, we'll be talking about the National Swimming Championships.
Every day, thousands of Fijians turn to one place to know what is happening, for the stories that matter, for the moments that bring us together, for the news you trust. Recognized by BBC Media Action Research as one of Fiji's most trusted news sources, that place is Fiji Village. And because Fiji keeps moving, so do we. We've listened to how you read, watch and listen, what you love, what you want more of, and what could simply be easier. And now the wait is over. The new Fiji Village website is now live. Built with you in mind, made smarter, made faster, made for the way you connect with us every day. No more searching for your favorite videos. Watch Now brings everything together in one place, ready when you are. Missed your favorite radio show? Had to listen. Your home for live radio, podcasts and audio content whenever it suits you. Sports fans can now get live scores faster with our new scoreboard feature. Need a story explained? Ask AI is there to help as well. And reading late into the night? Switch on dark mode and scroll in comfort. The same trusted news now with a smarter, easier experience built for you. Fiji Village, your trusted news provider.
Bulabunak and welcome back to Fiji Village Play. I'm your host, Alipate Narawa, and with me is my co-host, Tifa Vataiki, also sports commentator and FM96 Breakfast Show host. Now, told you earlier, the National Swimming Championship, this is the primary school and the secondary school where they go out and they show who is the best when it comes to the pools. Now, coming off the back of the 14th Oceania Swimming Championships, where some of the swimmers took part and won medals as well, they'll be bringing that confidence into the pool this week. And you could even say they've got more experience and a bit more time of training with other elite athletes from around the Pacific.
I mean, that's definitely the goal for a lot of these primary school and secondary school athletes, especially when it comes to the swimming arena. And something that we don't see a lot is the fact that these kids are competing week in, week out. They have their own clubs that they go to.
Yes.
They're training in the morning. They're training in the afternoons. So they're basically a well-oiled machine. The fact that they got that Oceania competition that came in was just another wave that they could ride on. And it just was so beautiful to see all these young, aspiring swimmers looking at not only our athletes, but everybody else.
And also, they'll also be trying to stake a claim to try and get into the Commonwealth Games squad that's going to be named very soon. But take a look, I spoke to the president of the National Primary and Secondary School Swimming Association, Stalaseni Lele, and she said from the Oceania Championships, 9 swimmers took part in that will be taking part as well in the National Swimming Championships that kicks off tomorrow. So you've got Grace Callan from Indian College. You've also got the boys like Ruben Taylor and Jeremiah Rover from Swami Vivekananda.
Yes, Ruben Taylor has close ties to us. You know, we've seen him swim. Grace Callan, oh my gosh. Jaina Ryan, absolute gun.
Yes.
And I think it's just going to be, it's a competition that everybody can win. But I think those who are trying hard enough, especially for those swimmers, they're going to go for personal bests.
Not only personal bests, I think some of them might be even going for the nationals.
Yeah, true.
You never know. You never know. That's all taking place. And think about this. There's 700 swimmers from 54 schools.
Goodness.
How awesome is that?
That's great.
And this all kicks off at 8:30 tomorrow at the National Aquatic Centre. The women's title, the girls division, it's with Nrasa Avenue, and they're from the west. And the boys from Flagstaff have the boys division, the Maris Brothers High School. So definitely, if you've got something, because tomorrow's a public holiday, and you know you're just chilling with the family and you want to do something together, go and check out the National Swimming Championships for the primary and the secondary schools. That's at the National Aquatic Centre. It kicks off at 8:30. Coming up after this, we'll be talking about the sevens.
At Communications Fiji Limited, we are more than just radio. We are Fiji and the Pacific's largest and most dynamic media group, reaching people wherever they are, however they connect. We connect daily with over 3.77 million listeners across the region. Let's create something amazing together. On air, online, on the streets, on stage, Communications Fiji Limited is where connection happens. With innovation, reach, and creativity, we are the complete media partner for your business.
Buluvanaga, and welcome back to Fiji Village Play. I'm your host, Alipate Narawa, and with me is my co-host, Tifa Vataiki, sports commentator and FM96 Breakfast Show host. Now, we told you that we're talking about sevens. This is the second leg of the World Championship, and it's being held in Valladolid, Spain, or as the gang say, the natives say, Valladolid. Valladolid.
Rolls off the tongue.
Valladolid. But yeah, because they've got like a soft TH.
Right.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't attempt it. Never mind.
just don't.
Yeah.
But anyways, so before we get to the Fiji team, okay, Blitzbox forward Ryan Oosthuizen says that they are trying to make it their second win and their second win in the World Championship. They're trying to claim this next one as well.
Okay.
You know what? He's now trying to be competitive with the Springboks. He said, because they won 2 World Cups back to back,
Right.
we are gonna win 2 World Championships back to back.
Oh my goodness. You know what? I respect his vision to compare that World Championship and a World Cup, but 2 different zones, man. 2 different things are happening at the same time. I mean, they could go for a second Hong Kong. That would be more legendary.
And you know what? I got a bone to pick with this fella. I don't like this fella, man.
What the hell? You don't say that.
I don't like him. He's the one that whacked who's this in the Pearl Sevens.
Oh my gosh.
That took him out for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, true. He's a big boy. He's a big unit.
He's a big boy, but please keep it civil. But hey, I don't blame him, man. He didn't see him coming out. It was just a... okay, but anyways, so the Fiji Airways national men's 7 side, they are already in Spain, and yes, just in case you're wondering, they left last week. We just found out when they were posting up photos from Spain. It was like, hey, asking. Yeah, so definitely looking forward to the games. I'll be doing coverage on the games, so yeah, stick with me on Fiji Village as I will keep you updated as the results come to hand from tomorrow night into Saturday morning. So yeah, 8 o'clock tomorrow night is the women's, the Fiji Airways Fijiana Sevens first game where they take on the USA.
You know
What do you think our chances are, man? Because
our chances will always be high, you know, in both grades, well, not both grades, but in both the men's competition and the women's competition, will always be right there with everybody else. Everybody else is just going to try and, like, you know, dim our light a little bit. But I think one thing that we didn't touch on is the fact that they've had a media blackout, and the Fiji Sevens team has never had that for a while. So it's pretty refreshing for the media.
no, it's not. But anyways, now the reason I'm saying what your opinion on that was because for the first time ever, we've had 2 gold medalists coaching the squad.
Yes.
Osea Kalinisau and assistant coach in Jerry Tuai.
You know, the fact that he's gone on board to become, you know, it's hard for teammates to be on the same team again after they leave the field. But the fact that Tuai is on.
Well, he also coached Tuai for a while, and also because he was Tuai's captain, so the hierarchy.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
So it would go like naturally since like.
And I love to see what they both pull out of their bag of tricks, because this is Tuai, you know, going to mold the next generation, especially becoming an attack coach.
Yes, so becoming an attack coach, as you said, when asked when we spoke to Osea Kalinisau. This is what he had to say, that because with Jerry coming in, Jerry was going to be the attack coach and he was going to take over defense. Let's take a look at what he had to say to the media before they left for Spain.
First of all, I'm thankful and I'm happy Jerry has joined the team. You know, someone of Jerry's caliber and experience adds a lot more value to the team. And you know, we're looking after attack, and especially the halfbacks as well, talking a lot to the halfbacks and on our set pieces, and that gives me a little of leeway. I can focus on defense a lot, and Jerry can take on attack, and especially just his experience and the place. They respect Jerry of the achievement he's done, and you know, I'm thankful to Fiji Rugby for the appointment of Jerry, and just happy to work again with him. We play together, but happy to have Jerry on our side and his experience.
And that was head coach for the Fiji Airways men's national 7 side, Osea Kalinisau. Take a look at the games. The men's games will be at 11:40. So if you're planning on having a mix during the women's game, please don't stop yourself, because by the time the men come on to play, they play at 11:40 p.m. So by the time your eyes are going to be a bit like this, they take on France at 11:40, and then they face the USA at 4:22 a.m. Saturday.
Wow. It's going to be, early morning games are always cool, because you know what? That's where the true faithful, Fiji faithful, will stay up, and all of a sudden you'll just hear the pots and pans clinking away, and no, they're not cooking, they're celebrating.
But here's the thing though, then their last pool game, they take on hosts Spain at 12 a.m. Sunday morning. So think about this, 12 a.m. Sunday morning, and then just 2 hours later, you've got the Cup quarterfinals.
Oh, like a banger, man. It's going to start off.
So the Cup quarterfinals coming up on Sunday morning at around after 2, just before 3. And if you're wondering what the Cup semifinals, these are the times for the Cup semifinals. And the final is on Monday morning. This is the time. Well, there you go. A lot of action-packed sports for us this weekend. We've got the Nrua, we've got the National Swimming Championships, we've got the Sevens. That's going to keep a lot of people awake. And also, coming up next week, I'll also be pretty sure to give you guys an exclusive as the naming of the final 32-member squad. I'll file a report from that at the Fiji Rugby House on Monday as we find out who makes the cut to go for the Nations Cup. Until next time, hey, let me know who you'd love to see here. If you're tired of seeing Tifa, I don't know, man. I'm just joking, man. But anyways, let me know who you'd love us to talk to next. When it comes to sports, when it comes to athletics even, we'll get them here and have them to come here and to speak their mind. And you can find out what's going on around our sports organizations. Speaking about sports organizations, no, we won't go there.
I'm gonna join
Anyways, join us next time.